Hey, do your drawings look flat? Do you, like, let's say when you draw like a figure, does it look really stiff and uptight? And you're really not sure why that is. I'm going to tell you why that is in this video, and I think this is the most important thing to learn in all of art. I know I say that for every other video, but this one, I mean it, so. Alrighty, what's up? Let's kind of jump into what I think is the most important thing, which I already said in the intro, so let's jump over it, okay? Right off the bat, let's go in. I'm gonna give you a little exercise. So, which one of these two shapes is closer to us? Like, which one of these two shapes is closer to the viewer? Do you know? Okay. The answer is we have no idea. That's a trick question. But let's say you could say, hey, this one's bigger, it's closer to the camera maybe, but we don't know how big these are. This could be small, right? So let's just say you move them near each other, and this happens. We just overlapped the shapes. Now we know this is just a small shape, and triangle's just a bigger shape. We know that. Now we know. That was a decision on our part. Or, what if it gets closer to each other? And it does that. Well, now we know that that ball shape was behind the triangle. We don't know how big or small it is or how far it is, but we know for a fact it is behind there. Right? So you've seen this concept used like many times, right? For like 100 years in movies, but right off the top of my head, I can think of like Lord of the Rings and the movie Elf that used it recently. That's called forced perspective, when you're manipulating basically people's perspective into thinking something's a lot bigger or a lot smaller than it actually is. Really amazing concept. And that's kind of what you're doing as an artist in this stuff, right? What you're doing is you're making people believe something, and you really have to tell them what to believe by overlapping these shapes, because you're the designer of your world and they're going to pay attention to what you're saying. That's the simple concept. How do we use this? Okay, I'm going to teach you how we use this on the body, and I'm just going to use a simple example of the arm, which is the simplest example. Let's see. Let's take stay with me. I'm just going to set this up real quick. Okay, let's look at this for these right here first, okay? Stare at that top one. Let's just say this is the arm. This is the upper arm. This is the hand over here. I'll even draw a little hand over here. Same thing over here. Little boxing glove, whatever. I'm just gonna draw that so that you know that's the hand side. That's the wrist, okay? First example, right? Number one. Goes down here, comes together, right there, the crook of the crook of the arm. And then you got the elbow here. That's example one. That's a flat arm, meaning the upper arm and the lower arm are kind of equal in distance away to the viewer, right? But that's not always going to be the case, is it? What is going to be the case? So, usually, either the lower arm or the upper arm is closer to us. Let's go to example 2. How would we show, let's say, the lower arm being closer to the camera than the upper arm, right? Remember the shapes overlapping? What happened, right? So if we think of the lower arm as a shape, it's going to pull over. Right there, it's gonna pull over. And this one's just gonna go right into it. We're gonna go into the elbow over here. Pull back in the elbow. Same thing with the elbow. Same exact thing. It's pulling in. This shape right here is overlapping this shape, but this is organic, right? This is completely organic. Let me know if you have any questions in the description. Please let me know. Really big deal. So that would be the lower arm is overlapping the upper arm. And I'm going to show you an example of that right after this. Let's go to the last one over here, 3. And that's where the upper arm is going to be closer to us. Remember, overlapping means the dominant shape is closer to us, right? This one is closer, right? I'll just put like a C over here, closer. Let's try this one over here. What would it look like if the upper arm is closer? Okay, well, probably the bicep is going to, or whatever. It doesn't even have to be, you don't have to think of it that way. It's going to overlap in here. And I didn't draw the meaty part of the forearm. But let's just say that. Let's give it a little bit of, some vague little muscle shapes. Right there. Gonna go into the elbow. We're gonna have over here like a very simple muscle shape here. That's the extensors and the flexors. And this is gonna be a little bit bigger and go up. But what's happening is the reverse. These shapes from the biceps are pulling down, right? This elbow right here is going in. I just threw this, ignore that line, I guess. I just threw it in there to make it look more like an arm. That is the most important part, that this elbow now, see how it's kind of going in? This shape overall, when you look at it abstractly, is more dominant than this shape over here. It's this part right here is covering it up. It's covering up that part. Does that make sense? To simplify it even more, sorry if I'm really nailing this, but if you get this, this will change your drawing entirely if you apply all this. So if right here, let's just take these two things. It's more like this. See how this one's overlapping on top of that? Over here, it's the reverse. It's doing this sort of thing. I'm just kind of showing you the bone inside the muscle there, or inside the inside the organicness in the skin. It's these two shapes, one behind the other, and it's covered in skin. But that's how you display it. You display it through these lines right here, showing that's dominant, and over here, these lines go out that way. Okay? If that made sense to you, let me know. If it didn't make sense to you, let me know. I'm going to work really, really hard to improve your drawing through this channel. That's pretty much it. Don't forget, hit up the full drawing course on this and all this stuff completely free on Skillshare, okay? I'm going to make an announcement about it in a minute here. I'll put it. Thank you so much. I'll see you later. Hey, for those of you that are a little bit more serious and you really want to kind of upgrade your art skill all around, I have these beginner art lessons here on my Skillshare. So the idea with this is that some people that, for example, on YouTube, people just kind of want to draw what's in the video and just generally have a fun time. They're not always concerned about the little details and stuff about learning how to do this stuff, long term. And I get that. That's fun. But for some people want to upgrade their art ability entirely, like all around, like they're serious about it. If that's you, go here. Like I said, there's programs here on even some of the same material. Like I said, it's just a lot more in depth. My eye drawing program is an hour as opposed to the video I have on YouTube, which is like 10 minutes, right? You can still learn from both, but like I said, if you really want more and you really want to make this part of your life, go here. I have same thing over here, how to draw a dragon head. I have anime, I have cartoons. There's categories for everything, and everything is for beginners. The other thing about this website is it's incredibly easy to watch it. This is like the Netflix of like drawing lessons. So you can go through the entire site, see everybody else's lessons. And normally the site costs like 30 to 40 bucks a month. Because you're watching this video right now, if you're still watching right now, you get it for free for at least a month, like 30 days. That's a lot. But just what you have to do is go over here to the video, go down, first link in the description, the very, very first link that gives you free access to this whole thing for 30 days. You just go over here, you click this thing, boom, and then you sign up. And it's super easy, and the cool part is you can just straight up cancel it before the 30 days is up, and you never pay a single thing. You never pay a cent, and you got all this learning from it. But yeah, like I said, that's an option for you guys. If you guys want to do it, absolutely go hit that up. And that's it.